So, as I think I mentioned in one video, I recently received a couple of rather strange phone calls from two guys, or apparently two guys, about well, the lady I'm in love with, Amanda, and they both claimed to know her. One of them claimed that she was sleeping with his best friend. The other one claimed that he was the original guy's best friend and that he'd been sleeping with Amanda. Um, if I'm brutally honest, the more I keep replaying those conversations in my head, the more those two voices actually sound like the same person, or they sound like the same guy. And I'm suspicious of this for a couple of reasons, or on a couple of levels. On one level, it could uh, easily be used, I guess, by the police to facilitate entrapment into something. Because the first person in the first guy who called me, the guy claiming to be the best friend of this guy sleeping with Amanda, was like acting like he was going crazy. I was acting like he was cooking up some sort of plot to kill them or something like that. So my thinking was that like, oh, I'm accusing certain important-ish people in local government of having been part of a conspiracy to commit murder. It's like, oh, we'll get him on conspiracy to commit murder, then, yeah, and all that sort of jazz. And yeah, I see the sort of like the comedic logic in something as well. But you could get him on anything, really. You could have gone down to my caravan, then endorse it. Just chucked a key of heroin through the window, no? Oh, no, heroin, no. Ah. But, or whatever. But, no, it's going to make the punishment fit the crime. Which wasn't what, like, the crime is telling on the police. But anyway, yeah, so I was worried about that being the case. It also, so, I mean, it could have been anyone really calling me up, but then again, it couldn't have been anyone either, since the other guy did say that Amanda has blue hair now, and they would only know that if they knew her, and or knew of her. And is it like impossible for the police to find out the current or important distinguishing features of Amanda Carey /Feld/Stapleton? No, of course they can do that. So yeah, it couldn't just be anyone random. It would have to be either someone she knows, or it had to be a police person. I mean, maybe there were two guys, and maybe they did know her, and or do know her. And I'm just trying to think, like, I contacted this guy again once, and he said like something about calling her up at a Premier Inn or a travel lodge because she's on a business trip in London. So, can you not just give me her number or vice versa? And or you give her my number. Well, I've got to do this rigmarole of travel lodges or Premier Inn. Well, go on, brother. I never got to speak to her. She's currently at Premier Inn Hotel at Farringdon, London, on some business trip. Okay, then, cheers. Never mind, is what I said. You could contact the hotel, to be fair. They don't have client confidentiality. They'll tell you their number, G, and there you could talk to her. If he had a number, wouldn't you just give me her number? So bizarre. I mean, was it like, if he's going out with her, or if he knows her, because from what they were saying about her, like, she's just hooking up with anyone, and she's kind of playing the field, so to speak. And contact the hotel, to be fair, they don't have client confidentiality. They'll tell you they'll tell you their number, G, and there you could talk to her. Well, and what I say, now it's okay, it'd be a little weird. If you contact her at any point, please tell her I asked after. And no reply. So, I mean, break it down, like, if he's going out with her, like, no, I'm not giving you her number, I'm her boyfriend, obviously. So he's not going out with her, clearly. But he doesn't want to give me her number. Is that, like, because he doesn't have it? Or because, like, she wouldn't want him to? But then if he knows her, he couldn't know her. That's what this implies. Like, because, like, if he knew her, he could give her my number. Like, I believe I already asked him to. Yo, best mate just told me that you're trying to link with my girl. Just want to call you and sort things out. So she's his girl. But he's trying to get me to call a travel lodge, a Premier Inn in Farringdon. Like, this is not fucking boyfriend. But look, I'll show you the conversation. Okay, there it is. Oh, you might not be able to see the writing. Like, that's that bit of the conversation. That's the top of the conversation. And that's the bottom of it. Alright? Decode that at your leisure. You'll have to turn the screen that way. Is this not fucking strange, though? He would presumably have her number if she's his girl. And the implication, I believe over the phone, I told him, could you give her my number? And so tell her this. He could do an absolute, yeah, of course I'll do that as her boyfriend. Or as someone who's, you know, oh, she sleeps with me as well as many other guys. That's it, I want one more guy into this menage a goodness knows how many. And, yeah. Or he could say, no, fuck off. Or he could say, yeah, I'll give you her number. If you like her so much, you can talk to her, sure. Or here's her number, because she wouldn't mind. Or, I don't want to give you her number because it'd be a bit weird, but by all means, I can take your number and pass it on to her. But the implication is that he's getting me to call some Premier Inn in Farringdon because, like, he can't give me her number or he can't give her mine. But he's getting me to call a hotel. This is so weird. It wouldn't happen. It would never happen. So he couldn't be going out with her, and this is something else. This is like a bizarre sort of police thing. But what are they trying to get me to do? Is it illegal, actually, if I were to know that she's staying at a given hotel, to then try and call her at the hotel? Or is it, if it's illegal if she doesn't know me? But then again, this is like a stalking thing. Most victims of abuse are known to the abuser, I think. So, like, as an unknown person calling her, then again, lots of unknown people could call her, or could want to call her. Also, I don't think if you sort of like someone romantically, and, you know, they don't know that, and you know them a little bit, and then you show up at their house, and like knock on their door and ask if they're in, and so on because he just wants to speak to them. I ask them out. I actually don't think that's a crime either. I think stalking and harassment, I think it's more like if you keep showing up at her house and demanding to see her, then it could be harassment. And if you really are following her around everywhere, then it is stalking. But no, I mean, this is why I haven't really put that much effort into trying to track her down. Because it might come across as stalking. But I really want to find her. To find her because I love her. I want to tell her I love her. To her face. To her beautiful, pretty face. Oh, no, I love you. Stick that in your pretty face and smoke it. And so on. Don't know. But alright, whatever like this guy was doing, he's definitely not fucking her. Well, not going out with her at all, on any level. He's not even having sex with her. He couldn't be. I mean, like, there's one, as I said, there's one of three options. Either gives me a number, I said, there you go. She won't mind, I'm sure. Two's like, no, fuck off, I'm not giving you a number at all. 3 is like, alright then, I'll give you her number. Sorry, no, I'll give her your number. And see what happens. And that may or may not be like, I will actually, because I feel sorry for you. Or it's like, I'm definitely not going to, I just want this conversation to end. And more to the point, if someone really were having sex with Amanda, they wouldn't call me anyway. They certainly, sure as hell wouldn't like tell me to get in touch with a travel lodge or a Premier Inn. It's so unbelievable. It's not possible to believe that. It's so bizarre. So, this is some shit. I know it is. And that's all there is to it.